Okay, guys, what to watch out for this week in gold, which is a hot topic right now. First thing that we do when we're looking at something like gold is look at the economic calendar on investing.com, which is free. As we can see, over the next few hours, we've got Fed Chair Powell talking. Tomorrow, we've got CPI data, which is very, very important. The top five things to watch out for this week, which are also fueling gold. We have your Trump tariffs. CPI, as just discussed, looms large. Powell testimony. Earnings ahead. These don't affect it so much. If they do really badly, obviously it will, because gold is a safe haven. And when these general stocks are not doing great, people will pile into gold. Gold touches new records. The gold prices touched fresh highs on Monday, buoyed by safe demand after Trump announced more trade tariffs. So any change in trade tariffs, any change in conflicts going on around the world, any crazy data coming from Powell or the CPI will have a big effect on this. So let's have a look at what's been going on in gold. So gold, as we can see here, since 2011 we had a huge cup and handle pattern. Now generally your cup and handle patterns, if you're taking it off the bottom here and running it to the top, will generally as a rule run about to here. But as we can see here, 3 1 3 4, large round numbers are like magnets. So around 3,000, I think that we should expect some major volatility or even a drawback, because as you can see here, over the past year coming into this year, we have had a straight up shot. And what generally happens when you have a straight up shot is then you need some relief like this. Again, it's happened here. Relief will either send it down or it will send it up. But in these times of economic uncertainty, depending on what happens here, you can expect it to go further. Um, Fundamental analysis in these situations is paramount, as well as technical analysis, and what is fueling this is not technical, it is heavily news based. And although it will definitely have some problems at the 3000 level, if news and fundamentals are to carry on the way that they are, you can definitely expect gold to shoot higher. How high? That's difficult to say, because there are a lot of governments, a lot of manufacturing, a lot of people that don't want to see gold go too high, because that will make the economy so expensive, and manufacturing. Also, silver, as you can see, that's held like a magnet around the mid 30s to 30 level at the moment. If silver, which is used in so many forms of manufacturing and in the economy, goes up, everything will go up. Everything will get so much more expensive. So it's not just about things going wrong or it's going to go up and up and up. Gold is a little more tricky than that. There are a lot of fundamentals to take into account, but right now, as you can see, gold is doing very, very well. If we knock that down into the weekly, we can see here that we broke up above the 2090 level. If we pop our level on here, you can see that this played ball very, very nicely, which is showing you that gold is on the longer time frames at the moment nice to trade. We had a little fake out here, but then it came back. But if you had anything about you, you would have had your stop loss sort of around this level, or a little bit more conservative around this level. Some people who are trading long term may have even had it around this level. Obviously buying gold is the other option, but we're not talking about that right now. So let's go down into the daily. What we can see here is this little fake out that it had, and then it came up. It didn't even rest or come back down and test this level. It just went. If anything, it was so keen to go, it played off this fake out here. So that's telling me that gold is very, very keen to gain. It came straight up, straight down, straight up, tested off this level. Technically, this is very nice to trade on at the moment. As we can see here, we can even wrap a channel around it. So if we wrap a channel around here, there you go. In every way, shape and form right now, gold is trading immaculately. Gold came up, down, didn't like this, up, down. As it stands, you may have thought that it was going to come down and bounce off this because it's so keen to go up. Unfortunately, it came back down and tested the next level. So the second level, that's not too much of a dump. It's come back down to the second bit, and then it's gone off again. Because it came back down and sort of failed here and then came down to the second one, you've got to be a bit more conservative about where you think it's going to go, because at this point it is starting to falter, but we are getting very close to the 3,000 level. So it's come back up, it's dumping, it's come back up, it's dumping, it's held this line here, and now it's gone up because it has tested and tested, and it's tested its downside basically. So as it's tried to test this area here, it hasn't even made it down, it's stuck to this trend line, and then the confidence has been regained, and here we are today at a high of 2934, rapidly heading up towards a 3,000. As I said before, 3,000 big round numbers, and this is 1,000 round number. They are like magnets, so there was no real doubt that it was going to go through 2.9, although it has been very slow getting through. Not very slow, but it hasn't steamed through and had no problems. So we were up at 2.8 here. This is where we started faltering because it wasn't quite ready to make it to the 2.3 level. Came up to 2.9 in the past week or so, and then it started faltering again, which is now telling you it's had trouble at 2.8, it's had trouble at 2.9. As we head towards this 3,000 number, there is going to be some technical difficulty getting through, not so much powered by fundamentals, so it will be very choppy here. It will edge on the side of negative news because it needs a good excuse to go through 3,000. It doesn't need that great an excuse not to go through 3,000. So gold really needs to remain positive here. A good trade, a viable trade, would be to wait for some candlestick confirmation around the 3,000 level. Wait for some technical, good solid technical analysis to get it to bounce back off here. For instance, if it made a nice smooth run up to this level, not too choppy, that is the key. If you're getting this sort of chop up to a level, there's definitely no confidence in that. But if you're getting something nice and smooth, a nice run up, and then you see a big engulfing candle, then put a stop behind the engulfing candle, put it a fair way. It really depends where the market is at that exact time. We'll go through that in the video when this happens, and then you wanna get in on as it breaks the low of the candle when it's just formed that, and then you can expect, if it falters at 3,000, if some technical bump has been made here, then that would be your minimum target. Take half off and then see where it runs, because it definitely is extremely viable that gold could sink back down to 2,800. First air of real difficulty, I imagine, would be at the 2.9 level, because we've already got a good level forming here as this pops out. Potentially you could have a little fluster here and then sinking back down to the 2.8. If it breaks this bottom channel here, then you are definitely looking for it to go lower. Will that happen? I don't think so, not in these times, but it is something to look out for. It will need a lot of force to get through here, and right now, as you can see, wavering at these intermediate round number levels. That is what's happening. Any questions, guys? Let me know. Thank you very much.